Welcome once again, fans of flip clocks. Today, by request sort of, we're going to talk about how to fix up a faceplate, and specifically on this Panasonic RC-1103. And as you can see, it's pretty beat up here. Those are actually scratches. Looks like somebody's whacked it. We're going to use Meguiar's Plastics Clear Plastic Polish. And what you want to do is you want to go ahead and start by hand first. So what I like to do is I don't use circles generally. That tends to cause swirls, and I'll generally go with the length of the faceplate and just go back and forth. You really can't overdo on the pressure with your hand, so just whatever feels right to you. Now you'll notice I keep it in the clock. You could take it out of the clock, as I've shown in a previous video. I do not recommend that. This clock's going to hold that in place. You're not going to end up busting your faceplate if you keep it in the clock. You may have to clean out some extra polish later, but as I'm going to tell you, this is the way to go. You're going to protect your tabs and everything else. So this is the first run, and you basically will get a feel for how this is going to turn out with your first run. So I kind of wipe it off and just polish it up a little bit here. And it actually, with that short of time, and you saw the full polishing there, it actually has started to work on that. Now you could repeat that several times. You can see the improvement already here, and you could repeat that several times by hand, and I would recommend that actually, because what I'm going to show you next is fraught with dangers, and I'm talking from experience. You can ruin faceplate doing this mechanically, so we'll go ahead and show you. So you're going to use this, I like these come from Harbor Freight. They're cotton wheels, and I like to use my old drill here. You don't want to use your Hitachi that has super high revolutions per minute. This skill is limited. I think it's 3,300 or something. Now I've got to tell you, do not mess around. You always hear this in these videos, but you've got to use eye protection. That stuff flying off there could ruin your eyes. Don't mess around with your eyes. So you basically get your plastic polish, and I get it smeared out here, and then we just kind of go at it with the wheel. This is where the problem comes. People get in a hurry. They want to try to work those divots out there, and there are actually little divots in there. Do not bear down too hard. You'll heat that up and you will melt it. You're going to put a permanent swirl in there, and it'll be very difficult to get that out. Again, I'm speaking from experience here. If you ruin that, you're going to have to buy another clock to get the faceplate. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to end up doing this about 3 times, and I think I show you parts of 2 of these times. I see I'm getting to the end here, and I'm using the same wheel, and it's taking the polish off. This is where you're going to start to already see some pretty significant improvement. So this is the second or third time. Again, I had put the polish back on there, smeared it on there with my hand once again, and just kind of went at it. I'm taking my time. You can do this multiple times. There are some dangers. If that drill gets away from you, it could pull that drill right into the clock, and you're going to end up scarring up your clock. I'm telling you, it is dangerous, and you have to be careful. You have to be willing to take a risk when you're doing stuff like this. And as you can see here, we're significantly better. I'm probably not going to take this to perfection. These plastic faces, they're actually soft plastic. And once it starts looking pretty good, I'm going to leave it be. And there you go. You see a substantial improvement. And I am glad I did it. It actually looks pretty significantly better. And so there's our end result. So if you go ahead and make your decision to go for it, just be prepared. When you get the time, come visit us at flipclockfans.com.